Welcome back, everybody, to Theyfest. We're here with Blaised and Confused. Let's go! Right, yeah, we're doing a nice sitting and all.
You guys all look awesome.
Thank you. Yep. Yeah, so we're just sitting in here right now. They're going to be performing around an hour of sorts. But anyhow, so do people after your shows say, no, do they ask you, do you get blazed after the show, you know?
I don't think I've ever heard that a day in my life of being named Blaze nor having the band Blaised and Confused. I don't know. Have you heard that?
What does that mean?
What is blazing?
I don't
You're
think
getting blazed, you know?
Shadi, You Can Get Blazed is from a song that we do. It's actually a cover from Ariana Grande with Pharrell Williams, and we do say that a lot. Shadi, You Can Get Blazed. Sometimes we get blazed if you were into that, but it's not always, not always a given. It depends on the day.
I'm just high on life.
Yeah. Now, here above state, where the record is from, we are a smoke-free campus, and we get high on life as well, you know?
I love that.
Yeah. But anyhow, so how did Blaised and Confused start?
That's a really good question. So Blaised and Confused started about maybe 2.5 years ago. So I have been playing music and doing bar gigs and making original music with my friend Oscar for several years, and it was under a different name, but we had a rotating band. And then about 2.5 years ago, we did an event called Blaised and Confused over at the venue formerly known as Tapo and Chandler, and we loved the event name so much that it just, I don't know.
Yeah, the name stuck. I mean, Blaze and I have been working together in various capacities for a long time. We've also been friends and colleagues with Kat and our drummer Alex, who couldn't make this interview, for some time, and it just felt like the perfect storm of characters, of music, and it just all kind of happened pretty quickly, but I think for the right reasons, and I think it just was right. It doesn't always happen that way.
Yeah, for sure. And we did it on 4/19. So our birthday is the 4/20 weekend.
Oh, nice.
That's the band birthday.
Nice, yeah. In terms of figuring out your sound, I heard your first single that you had on Spotify, Talk Your Shit. I really like the track.
Thank you.
Weirdly enough, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but some of the parts were reminded me of Deftones in a way.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you want to, so you just want to know sorry, what was the question?
Was that sort of the inspiration, or there's something else going on for Talk Your Shit?
For Talk Your Shit. Inspiration for our sound in general, or that specific song?
I think just for that song, and you could talk about as well about is that sort of the sound that you want to represent the other tracks you want to
use too? That's a really, really good question.
Yeah.
I'm going to defer to Oscar on this one. He has a beautiful producer mindset, and I think it could speak to our sonic development a little bit more.
Yeah, I think when you think about a band like Deftones, or even another band I really love that came after them, System of a Down, it's that they're not married to one specific influence. They're drawing from a number of things, right? They're drawing from music that they grew up listening to, and blending that with genres that maybe had nothing to do with that genre. I think when Blaze and I bring music to the table, we had made music for a while, but we hadn't brought a heavier slant to it, but we still wanted it to sound like us. We still wanted it to have certain elements of groove and certain elements of space that I think Deftones also had a good sense for, of atmosphere and of dynamics, having really low lows and really high highs. So I think Deftones wasn't a direct inspiration, but I think they're so creative in how they approach music, and we want to be like them just in how we create. So I think that leads to I guess similar results, but it leads you down a similar path of genre melding, and also taking very great care that the music tells the story as much as the words do.
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to add to that too. So Talk Your Shit specifically, I don't think is a bad representation of our sound as like a whole. I think it's just one sliver of the pie. I grew up listening to a bunch of different genres, a lot of gospel, a lot of rock. Um, and I think for talking about it specifically, lyrically, it was coming from a place of articulating the experiences that I had growing up in a religious kind of household and setting, and then also like the cultural components that added to that of like being socialized as a woman and the things that are expected of me from the culture that my family was raised in. And, you know,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's all right.
it's all good. And yeah, we don't own the block. It's like totally cool. But yeah, talking about it, I don't think as a whole represents our sound fully. I think it is just a really tasty sliver of the pie of everything else that is to come. We are dropping a couple more songs before we do the whole EP, which is 5 songs. But we're gonna have 2 more singles coming out, and that'll kind of, you know, give you a little bit of a taste. I think also we're a little too like, it's so early on, and we change every day as people, we change every day as musicians. So I'm really, really excited just to see like where our sound will go and how things will like develop, whether that's more like a funk, you know, lead thing, or like a rhythm and blues or rock. But I know vocally for me, it's a lot of like rock and soul and a lot of like theatrical storytelling.
Yeah, no, I definitely did get a vibe as well. Just like there was like a bit of a story going on when listening to like the lyrics as well and everything.
Oh,
on
sick.
That. Yeah, yeah. So definitely, I think, you know, if while you do have one song out, definitely try to catch them at like live shows in particular. So what would we expect from a Blaised and Confused like set?
Oh, I think a lot of just having fun, at least for us. You know, I think a lot of like really, a lot of complex-ish musical like influences and just the different like approaches and skill sets and experiences that we all have lend to a really eclectic live experience. But I'd like to think like it's just a good vibe. Like we're, you know, you come, you have fun. I always encourage Kat, and maybe you could speak on this a little bit about like just being yourself and like, you know, let the sillies out and I don't know.
It's hard to be yourself if you don't know who you are.
That's real. That's very real.
I don't really have anything clever to say. I don't
No, that's
know.
great.
Yeah, no, the cars are agreeing with you too. Actually.
Vroom vroom.
If I may, one thing I think about when we're building our live show or when we're rehearsing our live show is kind of crossing the lines or blurring the lines between immersion and engagement. So there's going to be times where like we might not talk in between songs, we might bridge songs into one another, or we'll finish one with a hard ending and we'll go right into another one, or we'll be directly engaging with the crowd. We like to kind of do a blend of both, because I think there's more than one way to put on a good show, and we like to express that ourselves in multiple ways.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I have a better answer, actually. I thought about it. So, like, even though we obviously put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this project, we've spent our whole lives honing these crafts, and we want to serve the music to the highest extent possible. I personally just don't want to take myself too seriously or be too, like, stuck up or anything. I just like to have fun and just be loose with it and just enjoy it. It's a great time. I love the people that come to our shows. I love the places we play, and they're some of the most fun concerts I ever did in my life.
That's the answer.
Yeah,
Really
no, definitely. Like I'm gonna definitely try and catch y'all when you play for sure. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, and so how did y'all hear about Theyfest here?
Oh, so Lavender Room, run by Jer Curtis. We all kind of know Lavender Room and Jer respectively because of how I think small Buffalo is. But I did have I used to work with Jer at like my last job. She came on like about a year and a half ago ish. So I got to know her through there. And then I didn't get to go last year. I don't remember what was happening, but she invited us, to sign up and see if we were available to play for this year, and we did, thankfully. Track star. So yeah,
And I know with this Theyfest too, it's being dedicated to Mickey and Jordan, and they were very important, especially for especially for the Buffalo queer community as well. If you have any thoughts on like how their impact was felt, in terms of what they did, more so in that regard.
Yeah, I did not know Mickey and Jordan personally. I knew of them through the professional work that I was doing at the nonprofit I was working at. But I think in a place like Buffalo, there's usually 7 degrees of separation, and here there's like 3. And if you're queer, it's 2 or 1. So I think their absence was very strongly felt, and the loss and the grief was very real, very heavy, and it's still felt. And I don't know. I think for me personally, at least, it's just you hold your friends a little bit closer, and you do what you can in your community to build lifelines and to keep each other safe. And also, I've gotten a lot more like engaged and active, and I think a lot of more local activism and mutual aid. So yeah, I guess for me, it was just checking in on my friends and myself and figuring out as well how are the ways that I can contribute to my community in a way that is sustainable for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
and for others.
yeah, no, just like especially just thanks to the Lavender Room for putting this and everything, and like I feel like the impact, with everybody coming together here, I think is being felt too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really nice. Like even as we're just like watching people go back and forth, it's a beautiful, eclectic array of humans with different expressions and different walks of life, and it's really cool to see everyone come together at one place for art and music and community and performance, and for being punk and queer as fuck. Like it's a huge privilege to be able to do that and to be ourselves in this way. So in the ways that we can, always grateful.
yeah, and so for our final question, we're going to be doing, well, actually, before that, we're going to do a quick lightning round because I feel like we got to loosen up a bit,
Sure.
Converse or Vans?
Vans.
Yes!
Vans.
Y'all are the first today to say that. Let's go.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
They're just more comfortable. Converse look great,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they walk in them for more than an hour, and see if you prefer them over Vans still.
I used to work at Vans, and it was actually a super chill job. I had the coolest supervisors ever, and it was like really dead most of the week, so I would just be trying on clothes at my job like half the day. It was great.
I grew up with both, but I'm definitely a Vans shoddy. I can't wear them anymore, unfortunately. These are like my only dress shoes that are not like I have like duck feet shoes.
Oh.
They all they so you can like splay your toes. Yeah, they look like fucking clown feet, but I love them. They're so comfortable. Like yeah. So
Yeah.
But
no,
Vans.
I agree. Yeah, no. All right, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Tea.
Coffee, usually.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I'm going with tea. So there. Actually, shout out to Soft for recording this. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Oh
Coffee.
darn! There you go. Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's
spoken like a
alright.
true barista.
Iced coffee right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like a good iced tea in the summer, or just like a nice like cold brew tea. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
anti-tea,
Yeah.
but
No worries. All right, and now for the final of the lightning rounds here: stage dive or crowd surf?
crap.
Ooh, wait.
Crowd surf.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like crowd surf. You have a softer landing. If you stage dive, you're just flipping a coin.
Yeah, I'm gonna say crowd surf. I've never done either of those, unfortunately. I really want to crowd surf one day, before I'm 30. But crowd surf.
Yeah.
I'm always the C of crowd surfing, like just like keeping people moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there is a lot of like trust there, especially too. So
Yeah.
shout out to our crowd surf holders.
Yeah,
The holders.
maybe we'll see something tonight.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my god, I want to see someone crowd surf at our show so bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Y'all can make it happen. Y'all could do it at a Blaised and Confused show. next
Crowd
time.
surf at our shows as long as you have enough support, which basically means you have to invite 3 of your friends to make sure they invite 3 of their friends, and it's like we'll have everybody up in the air.
You can only crowd surf if we've got a bunch of people at the show. Please do not try to crowd surf at a show where there's not too many people. You're gonna have a bad time.
In that case, I'll just give you a piggyback ride.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the third option, piggyback.
Piggyback ride. The secret third option.
Yeah. To end this off, what would be maybe your advice to like any up and coming band or artist that they want to get started but they're not really sure how to in that regard?
Oscar, I'm going to give you the mic.
There's one thing I think of. It's have a wide array of influences, music, art that you like, and find very specific things that you like about it. Because the more specific you are, the better you'll be able to blend those very specific elements of your music. Maybe it's sound or texture, maybe it's lyrics, maybe it's something that's happening in a certain keyboard or guitar part. Find those very specific things that you like, and when you combine them with other specific things, that's how you become original. Don't try to create something in a vacuum. Take very specific pieces of what you love and put it all in a blender. Anyone else?
Okay.
What would I say to up and coming musicians and artists? I think it depends on what you want to do in the industry. Performance is not for everyone. If you like to write, do it. If you like to perform, fine, do it. Whatever it is that you decide to do, though, like, don't be a dick. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. The best musicians I know are usually the best hangs. But yeah, be kind. Stand up for your shit. Stand 10 toes down. And be yourself. Figure out what you want to do. If there is something that you really have an inkling to do that's like calling you, lean into it. And if it scares you, do it. Do it. The shit that is the most rewarding for me personally are the things that when I realize I have so much like fear around it, that I'm like, shit, I'm scared. Now I gotta do it.
Yeah.
I'm scared to crowd surf. Now I gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so this has been our time getting blazed and a bit confused, honestly. I don't know what happened.
Is that what interviews can be? Getting blazed?
And confused.
And confused. Hell yeah.
Confused too. Yeah, no, y'all. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you sticking around?
I am, for sure.
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. I'm going to be here for probably, I think, most of the night, I think.
Godspeed.
So, yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Godspeed. Well, thank you so much for having us all. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah, you as well, everyone. Yeah, let's go. Theyfest, baby.